Have you been just trying on this path to only do strong roles?
I just think that's who I am, probably, which is why I veer towards those kind of roles. I only see women as strong people. So, which is why I don't think I'd be able to do something where the woman is inconsequential.
मीरा राव, CBI. मिस्टर कपूर ने सुसाइड नहीं किया है, उनका मर्डर हुआ है.
क्या? Is the pressure to promote movies getting to you, or do you love this as well?
I'm given to believe that I'm one of the few actors who enjoys promotions, but I think I had begun to experience some kind of fatigue.
Yes.
Because for the past 3 films that released on OTT, I think we were pretty much promoting sitting in one place. So I think that began to get a bit draining, because there wasn't even like, you weren't getting a breather of any sort. But this time around, I have to tell you, now that we're back meeting people, doing in-person stuff, it's so much nicer.
You seem to be like Tintin / Nancy Drew / that kind of avatar you seem to be channeling it. So where do you fit? Were you excited to play a sleuth?
Yeah, but she's not your typical or stereotypical detective. That's what makes her interesting. She's almost like an oddball of sorts, extremely sharp but extremely shy. That's a very interesting combination. She's inscrutable, but she's constantly observing and absorbing and decoding. And so I almost felt like throughout the film, while she's trying to figure these people out and their motives and trying to solve the mystery, they're trying to solve the mystery that is Meera Rao.
When it comes to you're dealing with rich, privileged brats, all of them are so morally ambiguous, all of them. So where do you fit in? Are you there, the moral compass that finally comes in, or what should we know about your character?
No, I don't think she's a moral compass of any sort, but she's a spectator. This is new for her. She's very fascinated by human beings per se. She's not actually socially awkward, but she's interested in knowing people just to be able to decode them, to see what gets them going to. So in that sense, she's a spectator, and therefore I think even you're a spectator to their lives.
You work with Anu for Shakuntala Devi as well, so you know her, right? How have your equations and dynamics changed?
I just think it's a very comfortable equation. It's an equation of trust. I just know that she'll push me to try something different. That's something that I'm always interested in doing.
Were you tempted to judge all the characters, the other characters that you are investigating? Because all of them sound really wicked. They don't seem truly likable. I mean, endearing maybe later. I don't know, when you watch the thing, at first glance, they're just a bunch of spoiled brat, and we love a good...
Most definitely. And they're so far removed from her world that she's like, what? So vacuous, so hers is a world of books and even movies and just trivia about everything. And she's like, really, she can't even believe that people could be so vapid.
Have you been just trying on this path to only do strong roles?
I just think that's who I am, probably, which is why I veer towards those kind of roles. I only see women as strong people. So, which is why I don't think I'd be able to do something where the woman is inconsequential.
Or a damsel in distress, can you play that? Like, totally without agency?
No.
Perhaps, that's not your cup of tea at all?
I couldn't do it even earlier, in my early years. I don't think I can do it now. If she's a damsel in distress who then, discovers her own strength, then maybe.
Okay.
And becomes one of the Charlie's Angels.
Has the lure of cinema changed for you? Do you still feel as excited when you know your movie is going to play in the cinemas?
Most definitely. There's excitement. There's also nervousness. And I think it's compounded nervousness this time because it's a theatrical release after 4 years. I think I'd forgotten what the pressure of, not pressure, but that tension of knowing whether people are going to go to the theaters and watch your film. It's a different feeling.
I know. And coming from you, who's a national award winner, that fear is real, right? And you should, I think you are one of the actors people buy tickets for because you are in it. So should you? I'm so surprised to hear this.
It's also the times we're living in. It's the way our movies have been doing. The fact that people's habits have changed, and we're really having to goad them and ourselves actually to
Yes.
go to the theater, right? So it's when your film releases, you're hoping that people just throng the theaters. And what
Right.
if they do?
Are you also really interested about the reviews, Vidya? Tell me about that. Do you read them and how seriously?
No, I don't read reviews. I don't read reviews on the release weekend for sure. Sometimes my father reads everything. And then if there's a review that's well written, then he'll tell me, you must read this. But I try not to read the reviews because, yeah, it's too much on the release weekend.
Each and every one of you is nothing but a bloody leech.
A long night, and here we are.
क्या कर रही हैं आप?
क्या कर रही हैं आप?
अपना काम